Give us your thoughts on how it was going.
I was boxing the bleeding head off him, kicking the bleeding leg off him.
Alright guys, so I just watched UFC 321 and this main event just... Oh my god, that is so annoying that it ended like that. Ciryl Gane was actually on his way to becoming the first undisputed champion from France. And then he accidentally pokes Tom Aspinall. I don't, like, when I first saw it, I didn't think it was that bad. And I thought, okay, Aspinall's just gonna take his time. He's got 5 minutes. He's gonna recover. We've seen other fighters get poked like 3 times in a fight, and they still continue to fight. We've seen other guys get poked like twice. They still continue to fight. But he took the whole 5 minutes and he kept saying, I can't see, I can't see, I can't see. But I think he just couldn't see a path to victory against Ciryl Gane because Ciryl Gane was lighting him up the whole first round. He was busting his head off. Like, Tom Aspinall's head was snapping back. He was busting his nose up. Aspinall was like bleeding. Like, he was just in bad, like, he was in trouble. He literally like barely touched Ciryl Gane. He grazed him with a right hand at one point. He kept like throwing spinning side kicks that just completely missed. I could tell Tom Aspinall was getting tired too. He shot a takedown. It got defended. And like you could tell that like this fight was going to end up with Ciryl Gane finishing Tom Aspinall or getting his hand raised by some way. But I respect Tom Aspinall, but part of me, I can't lie. If you put a gun to my head, I'm going to tell you the truth. And the truth is, in my honest opinion, Tom Aspinall found a way out and he took it. Like, genuinely, that's what I believe. I feel like I've seen worse eye pokes and I've seen fighters continue after those worst eye pokes. And I didn't see Tom Aspinall continue with all that talk about, yeah, retire John Jones without fighting him. Anybody who said they're going to take me to deep waters got stopped in like 60 seconds. No, it didn't happen. You're in there with a real contender. You're in there with a real striker. And it didn't go your way. And then guess what? Like, you take a way out. Like, come on. That just completely annoyed me. I could tell it pissed Ciryl Gane off. He was on the ground. Like, he was like he put a lot of time and effort, and it was showing in that fight. He looked great. He was locked in, and he was winning. He did everything right. This was his moment. Everyone's talking about, oh, well, Cyryl's going to get finished in 60 seconds. No, he's not. Anybody who knows about Ciryl Gane knows that he's probably the best striker in the heavyweight division. He showed that. And you're not just going to finish him just because you're finishing Curtis Blades and Sergey Pavlovich in 60 seconds. That doesn't mean you're going to do the same to the best defensive striker in the whole heavyweight division, the best offensive striker in the whole of the heavyweight division of all time. There's not a striker in the heavyweight division that would beat him, in my opinion, in terms of the UFC. But, man, Ciryl Gane is the undisputed heavyweight champion. Like Tom Aspinall should do the right thing, strip the belt, and go to boxing. His dad already talked about it. His dad's like, oh, no, we don't want to re-sign with the UFC. Well, that's fine. Just pack your bags and go on to boxing. You won't get eye poked there. And that way we can have Ciryl Gane with that belt finally around his waist. And he can go on his own legendary run because he is sticking with the UFC. He's not planning on going in boxing in 2 fights. And wow, this fight just annoyed me. Wow, like, Ciryl Gane was doing so well. I really feel like Ciryl Gane's win got taken away from him, and I feel like this was his moment, because what happens if in the next fight Tom Aspinall just clips him with something and he puts him out? Like, that's not fair, because you take away the first fight. Like maybe Tom Aspinall's nose isn't bleeding. Maybe Ciryl isn't fighting quite as well. Maybe Tom Aspinall's made the adjustments compared to where in this fight he was already taking damage and he would have to make the adjustments in the fight. Now he gets to restart all over again. It doesn't make sense, and it really sucks, because if Ciryl loses the next fight, he'll go down as never having the undisputed heavyweight title war. We've seen him clearly be the champion. He beat Francis Ngannou. He beat Tom Aspinall, but he did not get that undisputed belt, which is crazy, and it is so annoying. But I really hope that Ciryl Gane can get his rematch, and I hope that he can still continue what he was doing in that first fight. And I hope that, you know, he wins, because like, he's clearly the best heavyweight on the planet. Yeah, that was just so annoying, honestly. That was so frustrating to watch. But in the co-main event, we had Mackenzie Dern beat Virna Jandiroba. By the way, I thought that Ciryl Gane was going to beat Tom Aspinall. I thought that Virna Jandiroba was going to beat Mackenzie Dern. She lost, and Mackenzie Dern fought really well. I felt like she could have secured herself all 5 rounds, maybe 4 rounds, definitely 3 rounds. But yeah, she did well. She was out striking her. She was doing well to get back up every single time and securing some takedowns of her own. And it seemed like Verna just started to slow down as the fight went on. And Mackenzie Dern, fair play. You know, she's been in the UFC for a very long time. She has had her ups and her downs, but she finally got that moment. And it's great to see a fighter who's just been consistent, you know, trying to fight their hardest out and finally get that undisputed title. So congratulations to her. Then we had Umar Magomedov versus Mario Batista, and that was a good fight. I thought Umar was going to win, and he did. But there was some tough moments in there for him. Batista, like, he did really well. He actually dropped Umar in the second round with a beautiful, like, knee. And, yeah, he did well. Batista did well on the feet, but Umar's wrestling looked really strong in this one. And even his striking, he was landing some good counters. It took him a little bit of time to get comfortable on the feet, but once he did, you could see him start to open up and land some nice counter shots and avoid the shots of Batista. But that was a good performance from him. I would like to see him fight another contender before he fights for the title again. But yeah, overall, that was a good fight. And then we had Volkov versus Almeida, and I'm surprised the judges gave it to Volkov, to be honest. I thought they were going to give it to Jailton Almeida because of like the ground control time, but it's actually surprising to see that they finally give it to the striker whenever someone gets a takedown. And yeah, I think this is a good change. I hope that more judges start scoring fights like this, so that way we can, you know, force the grapplers to do a little bit more instead of just holding positions and keep like just trying to secure control time. This sport is about damage, and I'm glad that the judges made the right decision. And for that one, I thought that Almeida was going to win, but he ended up losing. And we also had Rakic versus Mirzakhanov, and Mirzakhanov just clipped him with a beautiful jab as Rakic was trying to enter the pocket. It was like very early on in the fight, and yeah, that was a good knockout from him, securing a top 10 win like that. I mean, this guy is a good boxer. He's going to be a bit of a problem in the light heavyweight division. And next for him, maybe you could give him a guy like maybe a Jan Blachowicz to, you know, keep building him up the rankings. You don't want to just throw him right away against like a Jiří Procházka or someone like that. But that was a good performance from him, and overall it was a really good card. But I cannot believe what I saw in that main event. I cannot believe that Ciryl Gane is not the undisputed heavyweight champion. This is truly heartbreaking. Ciryl Gane is an incredible fighter, and he deserves to be the champion, and I hope that he runs it back with Tom Aspinall, and I hope that he starches him.